Hi. Section 31 of Schopenhauer's Counsels and Maxims is about tolerance. Here's what the old man has to say. A man bears the weight of his own body without knowing it, but he soon feels the weight of any other if he tries to move it. In the same way, a man can see other people's shortcomings and vices, but is blind to his own. This arrangement has one advantage. It turns other people into a kind of mirror, in which a man can clearly see everything that is vicious, faulty, ill-bred, and loathsome in his own nature. Only it is generally the old story of the dog barking at its own image. It is himself that he sees, and not another dog as he fancies. He who criticizes others works at the reformation of himself. Those who form the secret habit of scrutinizing other people's general behavior and passing severe judgment upon what they do and leave undone, thereby improve themselves and work out their own perfection, for they will have sufficient sense of justice, or at any rate enough pride and vanity, to avoid in their own case that which they condemn so harshly elsewhere. But tolerant people are just the opposite, and claim for themselves the same indulgence that they extend to others. Hanc veniam damus petimusque vicissim. I think roughly we give pardon and ask pardon in return. It is all very well for the Bible to talk about the mote in another's eye and the beam in one's own. The nature of the eye is to look not at itself but at other things, and therefore to observe and blame faults in another is a very suitable way of becoming conscious of one's own. We require a looking glass for the due dressing of our morals. The same rule applies in the case of style and fine writing. If, instead of condemning, you applaud some new folly in these matters, you will imitate it. That is just why literary follies have such vogue in Germany. The Germans are a very tolerant people. Everybody can see that. Their maxim is, Hanc veniam damus petimusque vicissim. To give pardon and to ask pardon in return. That's the end of the section. Schopenhauer here advising us against tolerating the faults of others and noting that we observe the faults of others more readily than those of ourselves, and that this is a ironical, we might say, mode of self-improvement. To observe and to blame silently, judging other people, is a good way of making us aware of follies of our own which we would not otherwise notice in the ordinary course of things. So he compares this to a looking glass, to a mirror, suggesting that tolerance leads to personal vice and corruption, or tolerance of one's own faults, that the best way is to be, silently at least, very intolerant and judgmental about other people's general behavior. An interesting mode of self-improvement, advice from Arthur Schopenhauer here in Counsels and Maxims. That's section 31. We'll look at section 32 in the next video. Thanks for watching today. Goodbye.